Las Vegas, Sin City, a place like no other in the world. A city of stunning lights, rolling slots, and glamorous people. It's a breathtaking example of luxury carved out of the desert. On the other hand, as one of the most popular tourist destinations there is, it needs to be able to cope with some of the highest influxes of people in the United States. And that leaves it with many logistical problems, such as guests struggling to book hotels on short notice. It's also desperately short of affordable housing, meaning fewer and fewer people can afford to live there. This place is soon to welcome the first mini smart city in the world, Bleutech Park, which will be built at the south end of the Strip and will help ease the overcrowding in Las Vegas. It will be filled with luxury hotel rooms, residential accommodation, entertainment options, casinos, and more. It's a heavily green-focused city incorporating many kinds of renewable energy options, including 100% off-grid energy generation, with solar panels on every building. But does the Strip really need a new smart city? And how will creating it change the city's outlook and set new standards in the world of construction? We're going to find out later in this video. First though, let's look at what challenges the creators of Bleutech Park face. First, the park has a very ambitious timeline. It was originally slated to take only 6 years to complete, and began in 2019, meaning that it should have been completed by 2025. The pandemic, of course, caused issues, and construction was delayed until 2021, with a revised estimate of 6 to 8 years for development. However, given the scale of the city, which is being built on a plot of 210 acres, even 8 years is an enormously ambitious timeline, and would be challenging to pull off even if there were no hiccups during the construction process. There are also concerns about just how much new technology is going to be incorporated in the city. For example, it plans to incorporate self-healing concrete structures, using a new kind of concrete that can repair cracks in its foundation. This kind of concrete is similar to the way your skin heals a scratch and has a much longer life expectancy. However, this is a relatively new building material that can behave in different ways in different climates, meaning that there's a risk of it not operating as anticipated. Serious testing will need to be carried out to find the right kind of self-healing concrete for the environment, and it's not currently clear if this has been done. It's also significantly more expensive than normal concrete, and the number of experts in its use is limited, meaning it may be challenging for Bleutech to obtain the expertise needed to make this run smoothly. In a further problem, it can be difficult to source, which could lead to construction delays, especially if they intend to use it for the majority of the city. Another major construction challenge lies in the entertainment tower, which will incorporate 56 levels, according to a breakdown chart tweeted by the company. It's slated to be around 1,200 feet tall, and while there are many taller buildings, that's still a significant feat of engineering, and involves many risks to construction workers. However, Bleutech will mitigate these risks through the use of multiple kinds of drones. Some will perform assessment work on the site, enhancing worker safety and minimizing the potential for accidents. Workers will also be aided by aerial construction drones, capable of completing work in the hard-to-reach areas. This could see an increase in safety and a reduction in accidents when handling areas like the entertainment tower. This approach isn't limited to the difficulties surrounding the entertainment tower either. The desert is a notoriously hostile area to build in, and despite the proximity to Las Vegas, it's likely that some parts of the construction site will be dangerous. The company will essentially use drones in many areas to turn the construction site into a living, breathing blueprint, indicating that they plan to use new technology to maximize safety. It's not clear exactly what this will look like in practice, but it may present solutions to standard construction challenges when operating in difficult terrain, such as surveying the land, dealing with unstable areas, and more. Drones may make it safer, especially if they're able to perform preliminary tasks that then allow human workers to operate in the space. There admittedly aren't many details here. We'll have to wait to see what it looks like in practice. There are the standard construction risks to be addressed too. Everyone knows that construction is a relatively high-risk business that frequently results in injuries, regardless of safety precautions. However, Bleutech has stated that it will be providing wearable technologies that are capable of helping workers when they are performing repetitive tasks and heavy lifting. They believe this will increase their efficiency and productivity, which might make that 8-year timeline look more realistic. Unfortunately, it's not just construction challenges that Bleutech Park has to overcome. One of the key individuals behind the project sparks doubt among many, and for good reason. Janet Legrand, the wife of one of the founders, is said to have masterminded the project, but she's been the target of fraud allegations in the past. Statements suggest she used a fake engineering firm and falsified documents in an attempt to get a $33.3 million construction contract in South Florida. She was arrested and has multiple other civil lawsuits against her, as well as wage complaints and more. There's been no further news on this since a trial was announced in 2019. It's not clear whether Legrand, who also goes by her maiden name of Garcia, was convicted or not. However, her worrying past, the fraud allegations, accusations of wage theft, and the other lawsuits may cause concern for those investing in her project, and could result in disruption or even project failure. Although a spokesperson for Bleutech tried to dismiss the claims and separate the two projects, Bleutech was also sued by a Las Vegas communication consultant and casino public relations director shortly after this. The details of this case have not come to light, and there's very limited information, but it may suggest that there was less separation than Bleutech wanted to admit. The allegations were again regarding lack of payment and breach of contract. This all sounds very concerning and could spell problems for the whole project. It's unclear what, if anything, Bleutech will do to solve this. There's also a question mark over some of the high-tech approaches that will be needed to create this smart city, and whether the Bleutech company has the relevant expertise to implement these at the required level. If every building truly will contain solar panels instead of glass, for instance, this will be a huge challenge for the construction crews, and there's no further information about this. Furthermore, if the city will truly integrate intelligent systems and high-tech amenities, they will need a great deal of expertise. However, Bleutech seems to be rising to the challenge on the technology front. It's partnered with Cisco, which will provide artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and Internet of Things devices, meaning that they have experts backing their attempt to make this city truly smart. Cisco's devices will operate power grids, satellite communication systems, and more. By choosing to partner with Cisco and other tech giants, such as Black & Veatch, Bleutech demonstrates its determination to implement viable, effective systems in this complex area. However, it's concerning to note that there have been few real updates since 2021, and the Bleutech Park's website is not particularly reassuring. It has a bar that indicates construction is at around 75%, but no other information beyond a large under construction heading. Admittedly, COVID-19 disrupted and delayed the vast majority of construction projects, but the lack of updates and news in more recent years is notable. Many suspect that the project will never be completed, and have voiced concerns over its ambitious utilization of technology that's either extremely new or still in the testing phases. Some sources state that the target construction date has been pushed back, and that in 2023, the developers suggested they were ready to start work on their huge plot of land. However, there are few official reports regarding this, and Bleutech website's lack of detail is concerning. However, should the project come to fruition, it will offer some very obvious benefits to almost everyone who interacts with Las Vegas, whether they live in the city or are merely visiting it. More significantly, it will help address housing issues by providing affordable workforce housing to individuals who work locally and serve the community. This is an unusual approach and will help ensure that those of all income levels can afford to live locally. Its vast, luxurious hotel will also provide space for thousands of tourists, easing the pressure on existing accommodation and allowing Las Vegas to continue meeting escalating demands, particularly in the post-COVID boom. What's more, this city will be an incredible example of the power of technology, utilizing almost every new feature that we have developed in recent years. It will have roads suitable for autonomous vehicles, the ability to collect kinetic energy from pedestrians, massive solar capacities, and an extremely impressive entertainment tower that will eclipse even the Stratosphere Tower, becoming the tallest construction in Las Vegas. It will also have striking verdant vertical gardens, forming an oasis in the desert biome and improving water efficiency at the same time. Its potential as a visionary project is very evident. If all of this is achieved, this mini-city could provide a true home for many, allowing them to utilize new technologies and make the most of green living, while attracting thousands of tourists from around the world every year. With the ability to generate its own electricity, wirelessly charge electric vehicles, handle autonomous vehicles once they are in common use, and self-heal when the concrete is damaged, there's no question that Bleutech will be a pinnacle of achievement, incorporating vast swathes of the latest innovations and turning them into a reality. To summarize, Bleutech Park faces some significant hurdles, including an ambitious construction timeline, a hostile building site, possible supply issues, technological challenges, and more. However, the company has addressed many of these by embracing innovative technologies that could transform the whole construction process. When completed, the site won't just have the potential to solve Las Vegas's overcrowding issues for both residents and tourists, it has the opportunity to become one of the first truly smart cities in the world, and could serve as a crucial example of how all our latest technologies can be utilized, coming together to create a space that functions like something out of a science fiction novel. Its bold and innovative approach is very much in keeping with Las Vegas's style, but brings new elements, including the focus on sustainability, which makes it a city poised to carry Las Vegas into the future. Ready to be amazed by the next groundbreaking construction project? Click on the video now and dive into a world where engineering and imagination collide. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to join our community and stay updated with all our latest wonders. See you there.